Historic night, week 12 of PFR Scoreboard on Lakeshore Public Television. Wow, a huge night, Wayne.
It was a huge night. We had some great games.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, one that goes down to the very, very last second.
Right. Trophies
Just
handed
amazing.
out tonight.
That's right.
We've got scores, we've got the highlights, and a lot more coming up next on PFR Scoreboard.
Is your throat still sore?
Yes.
We're almost there.
When you need a doctor, urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital. We have a network of physicians on site, located at 9301 Connecticut Drive in Crown Point. Urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital.
Who is the dark afraid of? His name is Tim. When you report a power outage, Tim and linemen like him respond to the call. Text OUT to 444-111 to report an outage. With your cell phone, when the power's out, power is still in your hands. A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strack & Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strack & Van Til, built around you.
Week 12 of PFR Scoreboard on Lakeshore Public Television. Before I forget, Wayne, a little gender equity. Forgot last night. Congratulations to the Andrean girls soccer team. Won the state championship last weekend.
That's right.
And good luck to the Crown Point girls volleyball team tomorrow in the state championship game.
That is outstanding. Good luck to them,
Yes.
and congratulations, Andrew.
So trophies handed out there. We've got trophies handed out tonight. Let's start in Class 3A. Mishawaka Marion at Griffith. Let's go to the highlights. Mishawaka Marion, we know how good they've been all season long. A tall order for the Panthers tonight, Wayne.
Yeah, this young man right here, number 4, we have a number of highlights from him. His name is Xander Horvath, and he is being recruited by supposedly 3 Division I teams, Michigan State, Notre Dame, and Indiana.
Wow.
He looked like, you know, he's 6'3".
He ran over a few guys there.
6'3", 225 pounds.
I wonder what he equates to. Maybe not a running back, maybe a fullback, tight end or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's huge. Here's a nice run here.
Frederick Winston
Winston.
on a long run down the near sideline.
About 70 yards here for the touchdown.
Flag thrown in there, but I don't know. Here's Winston going in here, I think.
This is
For
the
the
halfback, I
touchdown.
believe. A Decker?
Oh no, that was Winston pushing toward the goal line and then into the end zone for the TD.
Here's you know, this Horvath runs kind of almost straight up.
Yeah.
Instead of down
And
low, but
falling
he's
forward.
6'3".
Falling forward there too.
Nice little
Duffy
pass.
Coleman with a nice catch. Griffith defense here, we're seeing some nice plays. So they were getting penetration through the offensive line of Mishawaka Marion. Might have got wore down here though.
Yeah, you know, Griffith just didn't match up physically with them. Here's Horvath on a nice pass. He came out of the backfield there.
He might be a tight end down the road in college.
That or a linebacker. They are recruiting him as a middle linebacker.
Okay. Here's Winston rolling out. Near sideline, knocked out of bounds. Here's Tavian. Oh, the old hook and
little
ladder.
hook and ladder. That's right.
Always need that in the postseason. Tavian Walker took it deep. Mishawaka Marion really opened this game up late. It was close. I think it was 28-14.
At one point, that's
And
right.
then they dominated the second half. And they will take on Garrett next week. Great season for Coach Geffert. And the Panthers just matched up against a really top-notch opponent tonight.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't a lack of effort, that's for sure. Griffith was in the ball game for a while, but the size of Marion and the size of this fullback. Gary Graben, our correspondent, was there, and he was saying, this kid, if they just ran north and south, they would have just torn up the whole Griffith team. But they tried some passes and things like that. And Griffith adjusted very well.
Is he doing double duty tonight?
Yeah, he was.
All right. He was going Chuck DeMoss. All right, let's go to Whiting and Knox. Great matchup there. A tremendous thriller tonight. Good thing Stuart Glasgow showed up tonight, Wayne.
That's for sure. Knox, what a season. 9-2. We haven't had much highlights on them, and they played Whiting really, really well.
There's Dylan White. We thought this was going to be a very close game, and it was. And in fact, Knox led for almost the entire game.
That's right.
Until the final 8 minutes. Santino Barbosa.
Right.
Oh boy, he's an all-name team guy. Dylan White there, gang tackle.
White's had a great season for Whiting, boy. Really dominated running back.
Cooper Broker with the handoff to Dawson Patrick.
Patrick had a big night for Knox.
Jaden Lovins there for the TD for Knox. And Josh Alexander with the extra point. And the Redskins took the lead. Knox's defense has just been outstanding all year.
Yes, they do. Hard-hitting defense.
And they dominated for 3 quarters tonight.
I'm sure Whiting was kind of shocked that they were behind for that long.
Miguel Rivera there.
But boy, Glasgow is an outstanding quarterback.
Yeah, obviously, he was a marked man tonight. Fumbled there, and then Knox showing some speed there. Gavin Marzak, I'm struggling with that one, runs for the TD. It was 14-0 Knox. But here comes Whiting back on the ensuing kickoff. A long return, outstanding return. And then here comes Whiting, Miguel Rivera. Multiple ball handlers.
Yeah, they really have.
Dylan White here.
With White and Rivera and Glasgow, that's a very good offense.
Glasgow, boy, great catch by Barbosa there.
There's a quarterback keeper.
Whiting might have worn down that Knox defense a little bit there.
Yep.
Glasgow is a load. He is not a small quarterback.
Yep, that's right.
There's Thomas Davenport there, who hadn't carried it much.
Here's Glasgow again on the keeper.
You can see they're pushing Knox's defense back now here, not like earlier in the game. And Glasgow's breaking some tackles, gets into the end zone there.
Knox did not quit, boy, I tell you.
No, had a 14-10 lead all the way to the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Probably needed another score. They led 14-0 so early. And then the Whiting defense did the job. They shut them down and were able to come back, scored with 8 minutes left. Knox had a late chance near the goal line, threw an interception. Oilers got the pick, and that is not correct. Whiting is home with Winnemac next week. Okay. The old 1A rivalry now in 2A.
Wow. Yeah, wow. That's been a huge rivalry for
Great
Whiting.
Rivalry over the years. Winnemac at Whiting next week. All right, now let's go out to Munster. Red Devils and Mustangs in a conference showdown turned sectional championship.
And the Devils have been playing very, very well
I got
as of
some
late.
big mo going now. Jalen Scott, great open field tackle on him after the catch. Jordan Jucevic had a great night tonight.
Yeah, he did. And this is Lowell. This is Iris, I believe. Ethan Igress.
Yeah, and Trevor Sprovnik had a huge night. Over 200 yards rushing for the Lowell running back.
I'll tell you, the young man that really broke this game open for Lowell is the wide receiver, Jager Gill.
Yeah,
He had 2 touchdowns, and Gary Graven had said this young man, you know, he caught the ball and he just took off. The speed he had at wide receiver was amazing.
Well, he's become an option for them, and that's opened up the run game a
Right.
little bit, is being able to throw the ball.
Right.
They weren't really throwing the ball effectively early in the season.
Right.
And a new quarterback, that's going to happen. Even though it's the same last name, with a new quarterback, needed some time to get the offense going.
That's true. That's very
Well, that's
true.
a great tackle there.
Yeah, Danny Stanley on the run for Munster.
Lowell's defense has been stingy. But, you know, they're getting a lot of contributions now. Jucevic is able just to play a lot of defense, had some picks tonight, and then Sprovnik has
This
been...
may be his pick, is it? No, that's number 13.
They've been able to get great contributions from more players. The line of scrimmage now is being won more often than not by Lowell.
And look at the pressure there defensively. This is Stanley on the sweep.
This is going to be a great matchup next week in regional.
Yes. Lowell is at Hobart.
Yeah, with a couple local teams winning tonight, we will have at least one team in the semi-state. Yeah, that defense is swarming to the football. What formation's that?
I don't know, but this is Gill, I think, with one of his touchdown runs. Look at him go.
Wow. Yeah, there's some
You know,
speed.
he put those track blocks down and he just took off on that one. I tell you.
Something. Either he was running real fast or everybody else on the field was not.
No, he is fast. He is fast.
42-14, Lowell wins. Yes, that is not a misprint. They will play at Hobart in the regional next Friday night, Wayne, in a historic night for the Hobart football team, community, 1997.
Yes, was the last time.
19 years.
Yep.
Coach Howell's second to the last year of his tenure there was the last time Hobart won a sectional. Wow. So huge tonight, and they got 5 turnovers, I think, at least. Forced 5
right.
turnovers
That's
against
right.
New Prairie, and their offense is just too good to give 5 turnovers to.
Right.
Well, let's go to the highlights. The Brickies against the Prairie in an outstanding 4A sectional matchup. Wayne, you know,
Wow.
I don't want to undersell what a factor the Brandon James Bricky hat coming here last night was to this game tonight.
I know. What a motivator. This is
There he is.
Mickey
There he is,
Scott.
folks.
There's James there.
How did they tackle him? Well, they needed 2 guys. They needed 2 guys to get him down there.
You know, the Wolf to James
Nick Ray.
really,
Causing a fumble there.
right.
This was the story tonight. 5 Bricky turnovers forced. Well, you gotta like that, throwing the shoulder down right there. I like that.
Again, I think this is Zanola. Zanola, yep.
Okay.
Jared. And there's
Mickey
Mickey Wolf on a quick pass to James.
Yeah, getting number 7. What a great punt. Getting number 7 the ball. But I think not only did Hobart's defense force turnovers tonight, but they also played very well against an outstanding New Prairie offense.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. And here's Wolf again in the air.
Oh,
That
there's
one
a
was
pick,
picked
though.
off by New Prairie.
Here,
This is Wilson.
got the running game going at times tonight, but Hobart, the recipe is to get a lead.
Right there, James gets an
There's
interception.
Brandon with the pick.
Wow.
Wayne,
He's just been amazing those last 2 weeks.
you get against a team like New Prairie, Coach Radke, again, when he was at Griffith, if you've got a big lead and you force the Bone to have to throw the ball,
Right.
that is something they do not want to do.
Right.
So Hobart getting a lead, putting some pressure on the New Prairie offense, then being able to control the clock, add points, and get a great performance tonight. That is the way to beat a flex bone, wishbone team.
That's totally right. Nice defense, a swarming defense for New Prairie. This is Wilson again.
Beautiful throw there. Great catch, their big target. But the Brickies scored late, they held on. First sectional since '97, huge celebration, and a great matchup now with Lowell next week, Wayne.
Hey, they are dancing in the streets of Hobart. I'll tell you right now, this is
I
fantastic.
think they are. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming. They got great performances tonight. Congratulations to Coach Turley and their team. Obviously a huge, huge win for the Brickies tonight. Let's go to the scoreboard, shall we? Check out the scores for tonight's sectional championship week. Penn beats LaPorte 42-21. Great season for the Duneland Conference champs, the Slicers. Michigan City couldn't get the offense going, but they had played an excellent game tonight as well against a really good Mishawaka team.
Yes, Mishawaka was ranked sixth in the state, but Michigan City held on. They just couldn't get their offense going, and that may be a credit to Mishawaka's defense.
I think so. This was an 8-7 game.
Right.
Mishawaka for a long time.
Right.
They added the points late. Pioneer, just too outstanding,
Yeah,
47-7 over Judson. Elsewhere tonight on the scoreboard, I think we don't have the rest of those, but we were talking
Okay.
about a lot of those games that we saw.
Yeah, we had the Whiting Knox score, which was 17-14. Pioneer kind of, we thought that Pioneer would win this one over North Judson, 47-7. You've got, the Michigan City, we just showed that. So
And
basically,
the
Munster and Lowell, yes. Munster and Lowell. Lowell was 42-14 winner in that particular one. And, when you look down the road now, okay, big game for Whiting next week because that was their nemesis for years against Winnemac. And then you look at, probably the biggest game, and that would be Lowell against Hobart. And boy, that's going to be a physical game. Hobart comes in now at 10-2.
Right.
Fantastic record. We've talked all year long
Yeah.
about them being underdogs.
We'll come back. We'll talk about our game of the night. It's coming up next on PFR Scoreboard.
For more information on everything prep football, visit us on Facebook or on Twitter at PFR Sports.
All right, it's time for our game of the night, Crown Point in Maryville. Tremendous matchup, tremendous game, a little controversy, all added up for a great one out at
That's
Demery
right,
Stadium
that's right.
tonight. Our buddy Scott Angel called in.
That's right, he did.
To break it down.
Scotty did.
Scott's still smarting from that Vikings game Monday night against the Bears. So.
Oh, yeah? Sorry, Scott.
Sorry, Scott, but Jay
Oh.
Cutler was back. All right, let's go to the highlights, shall we? Crown Point and Maryville. The recipe for success tonight. We heard it last night from Coach Enright. Defense, 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 Crown
right.
Point. The recipe for success for Maryville was not allowing big scores for Crown Point, and that's something, you can talk about the controversy at the end of the game. Maryville cannot allow big plays at Crown Point. They did not force them to drive the ball down the field.
And that's the thing, Crown Point made big plays. McCormick had a beautiful game.
Boy, he over
tonight.
200 yards receiving, I believe, for Shane McCormick tonight.
Wow. And, Maryville in the first half had trouble scoring and moving the ball. Crown Point's defense was very, very good. But the key, again, and we talked about this yesterday, is the fact that Ryan Bolda, other than that one pick, really played well.
Definitely made some plays to help win the game, and they were long plays.
Yes.
Here's a defensive
Wow.
turnover right
Here's
there.
a
I think that was
turnover right there.
back-to-back picks in this game early in the first half from Maryville and Crown Point.
And some people would say, wow, it was over in the third quarter, maybe the fourth quarter. But Maryville marched back to make this
Yeah.
a real ball game.
Kenyatta Smith had the Maryville pick, Caden Watson for Crown Point.
Here's a beautiful pass by Bolda.
I think that's McCormick there. I
Yep,
believe.
that's McCormick.
That's one of those huge plays, chunk plays that Maryville did not think they'd be allowing. Crown Point went for some deep balls and they paid off.
Yep. And Crown Point's defense played well all night long.
Here's a nice point extra run here.
Hey, Maryville could put points on the board. And Cameron Jackson played very well for them.
He did. But Crown Point's defense kind of bottled up some of the things. That was a big mistake that allowed Maryville an opportunity. Looked like Crown Point had this one in command. And then the turnover led to the TD here for Cameron Jackson. Okay, it sounded like Maryville scored the game-winning touchdown on a fourth down throw, but it got called for having a lineman downfield. So Crown Point had to take the penalty, give them another shot with no time on the clock. Maryville thought Jackson had gotten into the end zone. Officials said no. Crown
1 yard
Point
line.
wins the game. Yeah.
1 yard line. He was
Yeah.
stopped at the 1 yard line. And this is a crazy ending. I mean,
It was.
they come out and Maryville thought they won it and they were ready to go through the handshake, and all of a sudden the referee said no.
No.
Then all of a sudden Crown Point wins it. And,
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
As a
and
coach and
Maryville
player.
thought they'd wanted to play before on the touchdown
On the
throw
touchdown
and a
pass.
penalty.
Oh,
So,
my God.
Yeah, definitely a little wacky there at the end of the game. Crown Point wins. They get a trophy, but now they got to go to Penn.
Yeah, that's right. So enjoy this trophy. 24-19 Crown Point final
Yeah.
score here.
Great win for the Bulldogs, sectional champs, and a tremendous victory for them. Tough, heartbreaking loss for Maryville, but those two will see each other in a few weeks on the basketball court.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Oh, yeah.
And that'll be a
There's
big
no
rivalry
doubt.
game
Yes,
this
it
year
will.
as well. All right, rapid fire score time on PFR Scoreboard tonight. Penn, 42-21 with the victory over LaPorte. Mishawaka knocks off Coach Mason, our guy in Michigan City, who had a great year. 18-7, great year for the Wolves football program. Elsewhere, Lowell, rolling,
Right.
moving, smoking, on a fire, all those adjectives, playing really well. They are dancing in the streets of downtown Hobart tonight.
sure
Wayne.
are.
I think the fire engines are going. I think the horns are being blown.
Coach Howell above is,
Yeah,
shaking his fist.
Definitely a great night for the Bricky football program, and a tremendous win for them, first sectional since 1997. Whiting, come from behind win over Knox. It was Pioneer over the Jays, and Crown Point beats Maryville 24-18. Crown Point at Penn next week. Whiting hosting Winnemac. Munster at Hobart. Those are a lot of our not Munster, Lowell at Hobart next week in our regional football action. All right.
This is it for
This
for
is
the
it for
scoreboard.
PFR Scoreboard, but
We
we'll
want to
see
thank
you.
the producers. We want to thank all the cameramen.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we still have a show on
Thursday night. We'll
We've
be
got
here.
a surprise guest with
Very,
us.
very special guest
That's
Thursday
right.
night, and then Tommy Williams will be here too. But
Yes, okay.
We're working on we're working on the special guest though for Thursday as well. All right, we'll see you Thursday night for another edition of PFR.
Is your throat still sore?
Yes.
We're almost there.
When you need a doctor, urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital. We have a network of physicians on site, located at 9301 Connecticut Drive in Crown Point. Urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital.
Who is the dark afraid of? His name is Tim. When you report a power outage, Tim and linemen like him respond to the call. Text OUT to 444-111 to report an outage. With your cell phone, when the power's out, power is still in your hands. A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strack and Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strack and Van Til, built around you.
Captioning for PFR and PFR Scoreboard is provided by Voice to Print Captioning, LLC. Wardrobe for PFR and PFR Scoreboard provided by Gosser Corporate Sales Incorporated. Custom embroidery, screen, and digital printing. Further support provided by Fahrenheit 212 Restaurant and Bar.